Hi everyone and welcome back to The Buzz. My name is Franze, the Visual Presentation Coordinator for Giftcraft, and today I'm going to build a display for you. Retailers such as yourself have asked me many questions regarding displays, the most common question being, where do I begin? Well, it's easier than you think. Yes, deciding on what to feature in your displays can sometimes be a challenge, but with our product and how it's displayed here at Giftcraft, we make it easy for you. We do a little bit of the guesswork for you, and when you enter our showroom, the ideas are all here waiting for you to be inspired. In these next few minutes, I will walk you through the steps of creating a display. We'll start right from the surface of where I will be creating the display, to building the set to house the product, and then finally adding the product. I'll also show you how to incorporate small details that really make a difference. I can't wait to get started, so let's get creative. On to the next step. I decide what types of props and materials I need in order to create the display. I allowed enough time to hunt for these materials, as well as allowing enough lead time to have items built and painted. It's important to remember that regardless of what kind of props I decide to use, I want the focus to always remain on the product. I am starting off with a 60-inch banquet table covered with a classic green striped cloth and an overlay that would lend itself to any garden display. I love multiple shades and tones of green, and this is perfect for what I am showcasing. I really want to incorporate a cedar rail fence, just what you would find out in the country. This was made with the size of the display in mind. Scale is important here, so make sure that it doesn't overpower the area that it is being used. Adding a small rustic table allows for more display surface, creates height, and really works with the overall theme. The crates are an important part of the set. By laying them on the side or leaving them upright really does create different levels of display product and creates flow. Let's take a look at the composition. The idea when using height in a display is to allow the viewer to capture the whole presentation. The eye starts at the top of the fence, along the surface of the table, and right to the crates. This is referred to movement, or also called the flow. This is my opportunity to add some colored vine to the fence. It will be a little tricky to do once everything is in place, so make sure to add certain props at the early stages. To accentuate the height of the display, a few more elements were added. I love how, just by adding a tree, it all of a sudden feels like you're outdoors. The addition of glass is unexpected in such a rustic display, but I love how once it's filled with tomatoes, green peppers, and beans, the glass itself disappears and what you see are beautifully colored veggies. Adding a tray lined with excelsior and filled with apples reinforced the garden market theme. I love these baskets, they're just perfect. Add some more excelsior. I just love how it brings in some interesting texture. Fill those baskets up with some more fruit. It's amazing how some of these fake foods look just like the real thing. Love them. Finally, the set is built. I really love the fact that the overall ambiance of the set has been created and the theme is evident before their product has even been added. And speaking of product, let's add it to the display. I have stepping stones that can be displayed flat on the table. I much prefer to have our customers see them from a distance as they are approaching the display. Placement of the product really dictates how the eye travels through the display. Placing the metal sign strategically throughout the display ensures that the viewer doesn't miss a thing. Adding to the ambiance of the display are birdhouses shaped like fruit. A nail or two not only allows for a way to hang the product, but also adds some rustic country charm. The chunkier the nail, the better it looks. The crates are used again to house some of the other bird feeders. Again, stand back and see how it looks. Make some adjustments if necessary. I'm utilizing the cedar rail fence once again, perfect spot for hanging these whimsical pieces. As you can see, this display is three-dimensional, so remember that customers will be viewing this display from all angles. It's important that I ensure that when a customer is walking around the display that they are completely captivated and don't lose interest. I'm adding product on the shelves and taking care not to overcrowd the product. Each item should stand on its own and not get lost amongst the display. Using the floor space in front of the table really helps ground the entire display. The watermelon bird feeder, stakes, and picks team up to create a very full vignette. When adding the garden stakes and picks to the display, it is very crucial that they are all well secured. A double crate filled with dry florist's foam and covered with plastic grass mats is perfect. Not only does it secure the product and prevent it from falling, but it adds to the rustic outdoor quality to the entire presentation. Little touches such as placing loose veggies and fruit to the display surfaces contribute to the whole presentation. Almost looks convincing. I purchased some fake blueberries and strawberries in plastic containers that just add to that garden market theme. Adding some other product to the mix is not only acceptable, but I definitely recommend it. Cross-merchandising opens up a whole new world of possibilities, so it's important that the product that you choose to add to the display fits in as if it were part of the line. Always make sure that you stand back and take a look at the entire display. Is it clean? Has anything fallen? Make the necessary adjustments. Standing back and pleased with what I see, I say, ta-da! It's done. Well, there you have it. The display is complete, and the final touch would be to ensure that it is properly lit. Remember, effective lighting makes all the difference. When deciding on a display, whether it's for your storefront window or your interior display, remember that it's all about proper planning. My best advice would be to give yourself enough time to allow for some creative juices to flow. Not only will you be pleased with the end result, but so will your customers. By the way, if you have any questions regarding visual presentation, I will be very, very happy to hear from you. Don't forget to enter our Giftcraft Excellence in Merchandising contest. Have a look on our homepage, and there you will find all the information that you need to submit your works of art. Until next time, until the next buzz, happy displaying.